What is up, my berserkers? It's your king of Westeros, Aegon the Berserker here, and welcome all to another glorious video. And today I'm going to be talking about what I've liked and disliked about House of the Dragon Season 2. Let's get started. Alright, so one thing I've liked about House of the Dragon Season 2 was Aemond. Aemond stole the show in every single scene that he was in. And you're never going to know what the heck he's going to do next, if he's going to try to kill Aegon like he tried to do in episode 4, or if he's going to kill him in his bed, but turns out didn't. And Ewan Mitchell did a fantastic job with his performance as Aemond in season 2, even though he did a good job with his performance as Aemond in season 1, but season 2 is where his character truly shined. And I hope that Ewan Mitchell gets an Emmy for his performance as Aemond Targaryen. If he doesn't, it'll be a war crime to the House of the Dragon community. Alright, so one thing I've disliked about House of the Dragon Season 2 was the Daemon at Harrenhal storyline. Oh my god, that shit was boring as fuck. Even though the start of it was kind of interesting, and at least we got to see Millie Alcock return as young Rhaenyra, and later in the storyline we got to see Paddy Constantine as Viserys again, and Oscar Tully kind of spiced up the Harrenhal storyline a little bit, but my god, overall, boring. Very boring as fuck. And it didn't really do anything to develop his character further, which I'm kind of disappointed with, because Daemon is my favorite character of all time in the entirety of House of the Dragon, and I feel like they did him dirty there. They did him dirty. And if they're gonna do him this dirty in season 3, my god, I'm gonna start a rant. I'm gonna start a rant if they do him dirty in season 3. And when the Harrenhal storyline ended in the finale, I'm just glad that was over. I'm glad that was over. And now let's discuss something else before I go deeper into the Harrenhal plot, and I'll save that for another video. Alright, so another thing I've liked about House of the Dragon Season 2 was Aegon. Aegon was literally amazing, and I feel like in this season they made him way more sympathetic to how he was in Season 1, and definitely way more sympathetic than how he was in the Fire and Blood book. And Tom Glencarney did a fantastic job with his performance as Aegon II, and same with Ewan Mitchell as Aemond. I hope that Tom Glencarney gets an Emmy for his performances Aegon, because he also stole the show in every scene that he was in. And yeah, I just have a respect for both Ewan Mitchell and Tom Glencarney as with their performances as Aegon and Aemond. And I don't know, I'm just starstruck by that, and they literally carried the show on their backs. And I bet their backs are broken because they carried season 2 like it was Atlas holding the earth. All right, so another thing I've disliked about House of the Dragon season 2 was the peace talks between Rhaenyra and Alicent in episodes 3 and 8. My god, I don't think those are absolutely necessary to do. And when Rhaenyra went to, I don't know what you call it, the Sept, and disguised herself as a Septa to go talk to Alicent about peace, I was like, why? Why are you doing this? And then when Alicent went to Dragonstone to talk with Rhaenyra about peace because she realizes she's losing and everything's not going the way she wanted, like, bitch, you deserve that. That's on you. Oh my god. And it kind of contradicts their characters. It contradicts their characters. Like, bitch, aren't you in a time of war right now? And I don't think you're supposed to be talking with the enemy this early. Oh my god. And like the Harrenhal plot is just horribly, horribly written. Even though it was not that terrible, but it's still kind of bad the way they've incorporated it into season 2 of House of the Dragon. My god. Oh boy. All right, let's talk about something else. All right. Another thing I've liked about House of the Dragon season 2 was episodes 4 and 7. Episodes 4 and 7 are absolutely positively amazing. And Eve Best in episode 4 of House of the Dragon season 2 absolutely delivered. And I hope like Ewan Mitchell and Tom Gwynn Carney, I also hope that Eve Best gets an Emmy. And even though I've said this in my review for episode 4, and I'm going to say it again, I hope that she gets a fucking Emmy. Because she ate in episode 4 of House of the Dragon. And the dragon battle in episode 4 was absolutely awesome. And it totally makes up for the so-called dragon battle that we got in season 8 of Game of Thrones, which doesn't make sense. And I can go on and on and on about why season 8 was so bad, but I'm going to do that in another video so that way you won't hear me ranting about season 8, even though I've released 2 rant videos about it. But hopefully in the future I can make, I don't know, another rant video about season 8 of Game of Thrones and why it's so terrible. And why it's so terrible, in my opinion. But in episode 4, the dragon battles were incredibly awesome. And the unexpected thing was that Aemond was going against Aegon for being an idiot. And Aegon, like, almost died because of Aemond. And that whole episode was just awesome. And in episode 7, we got, I don't know if this counted as a dragon battle, but when Ulf is luring Aemond out of King's Landing, and Aemond pretty much saw the full might of Rhaenyra and the Blacks. I found that incredibly awesome, and oh my god, I was just in awe of that scene and that scene alone. And oh my god, yeah. Episodes 4 and 7 are definitely the best episodes, in my opinion. Alright, another thing I've disliked about House of the Dragon Season 2 was the Rhaenyra and Mysaria dialogue scenes. Like, what the fuck was the point? What the fuck was the point of the dialogue scenes between those two characters? Like, does it further the story or does it halt the story? I think it more halts the story because I don't know. It just doesn't make any sense. It just doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Oh yeah, and speaking of Rhaenyra, when she's not with Alicent or Mysaria, and this is the fourth thing I've liked about House of the Dragon is Rhaenyra. Rhaenyra absolutely delivered in some scenes that she's in, with the exceptions of her dialogue scenes with Alicent and Mysaria. Despite those two scenes, I felt like Rhaenyra. I feel like, I mean, Emma Darcy played Rhaenyra to perfection, and that is why she is my queen for Team Black. Oh my gosh. And her dialogue with every other character is like awesome and brilliantly well written. And that was what Game of Thrones and season 1 of House of the Dragon are known for, those amazing dialogue scenes. All right. And another thing I've disliked about it was the finale. Even though I've liked episode 8, but It was disappointing in a few areas, and there was this scene, and I know I've said this in like my review for the finale, but when the Starks were marching on the twins without Cregan, and there was a scene where Cregan was supposed to be in the scene, and when the Stark army was marching, there was no Cregan. There was no Cregan, and I was kind of disappointed with that. I was also disappointed that they didn't use the time to like have Aemon burn down the village that I forgot the name of and Rhaena claim Sheepstealer. They should have done that in the finale, and I don't know if they're gonna do it in season 3. If they do it and it's unexplained how Rhaena tamed Sheepstealer, oh my god. Oh my god, I think we're all gonna rant. We're all gonna rant. Yeah, and some other stuff about the finale was a bit disappointing, but one thing I'm glad for the finale was that the Harrenhal plot ended. That's the only thing that I'm glad happened in the finale, and that the Harrenhal plot ended. And thank God, because it was boring as fuck. Oh man. All right. So, thank you all for watching this glorious video. Subscribe if you're into Game of Thrones, House of the Dragon, Song of Ice and Fire, Dune, or literally any other type of media. Yep, like the video, comment your thoughts, and I'll see you all in the next video or live stream. Thanks for watching. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna go sit on the Iron Throne. Oh my gosh.